I think I should speak to you guys about the grind or hustle mindset. Now, if that's truly what you're about and you're happy about it, do it. Like, if that's what gives you purpose and gets you through something, do it. However, I would suggest and really question if it's truly making you happy and what it's really doing to you mentally and physically. Um, I'm going to give you some examples. Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, a lot of these people on YouTube and these reels and stuff that brag about working 12 to 16 hours, 20 hours a day. And then there's other people on YouTube that are in the spiritual community that get this in their mind. They put it here. Now, with self improvement for when you're first starting this path, grind mindset and obsession will benefit you, no doubt about it. However, the thing is, there comes a point where that becomes very harmful and it becomes a trap. And it's like one of those things that where everything serves a purpose until it no longer serves a purpose. The problem is, when are you going to realize it no longer serves a purpose? When it stops serving a purpose, or a year later, when you've suffered. That's really my thing. See, this is what I'm confused about. Do these people really work 12 to 20 hours a day? Like, are they legitimately focused on work nonstop 12 to 20 hours a day? Like, is it all work, or is it really just like 8 hours of work fucking around for 4 or 6, and they just say they're working because they consider this the whole day work except when they sleep? That's kind of what I'm going with. I just don't believe I don't believe Gary Vee works 16 to 20 hours a day. I don't believe that a lot of these YouTubers that come on here and say they do actually do. Because we have to, what's your definition of work? What's your definition of hustle, grinding, and work? Because I don't think it's what you believe it is. I don't truly believe you're working 16 to 20 hours a day. I just don't. I don't believe you've been doing that for a decade or 3 years or 5 years. Now, if you tell me I worked extremely hard 8 to 10 hours a day, I would believe that. But 20, 20 hours a day? So you're telling me you wake up, the first fucking thing you do in the morning, start to work, and then you get in at least 16 hours of work a day. At least 16 hours of work a day. Like actually working work. I just don't understand it because I feel like my definition of work is different than other people's definition of work, maybe because I call internal work work. I don't call going out here and doing a repetitive action and forcing yourself to and declaring that you are making yourself mentally strong and forcing yourself to do something. Well, that's crazy. Unless it aligns with what you truly want in life, then okay. But I just don't get it. Like, people overcomplicate things and take things way too serious and make it something it's not and it doesn't need to be. I'm just I'm not judging and I'm not anything. If you truly are about that and that's what you want to do and that's what makes you happy, God bless you. Nothing wrong with that. But this is more so of a video for people that watches people like that, or people that's like doing this and are suffering a little bit and don't understand why. Well, this is why. What do you think happens when you push yourself constantly all the time? What do you think happens when you talk to yourself in the way some of these guys say to talk to yourself? Like, to motivate you. Well, that's not motivation. That's like tyrannical. And then these people wonder why they're miserable and wonder why they have trauma and stuff still. Well, it's directly related with how you think about yourself, how you view yourself, and what you think you need to or have to do here. If you want to hustle grind set, this is my thing. Like, if you want to do that and you want that grind and hustle mentality, brother, God, sister, God bless you, do it. Don't come on here though and talk shit about other people that don't want to do that. That's kind of where my issue came in with this. Is you got people like that. There's this one guy, I don't even know his name, honestly. But I saw he made a video, and this dude's just so, like, he reminded me of myself a while back, just because he's so hurt and so, Like one minute he'll make a video and like he's just like being real and genuine, and you feel for him, and like you feel him, you know, like you're like yeah. And then he'll make a video or he'll say something, and you're like, God, dude, like you're your own worst enemy. He made a video talking shit, saying that he despised and hated anyone that played video games and wasted their time. So this guy believes that every minute of your life, from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, has to be doing something outside of you. You're just distracting yourself, brother. When and you can say, well, what do you think you're doing playing a video game? That's distracting. Well, no, it's yeah. But if you have your mind right and you're at peace with yourself, your hostility and your opinions and judgment for the rest of this and other people will go. I mean, it will go. So to come online and to make that claim and to just be a dick about it while being so very confident you're correct. And that is it. And anyone that plays video games and anyone that doesn't work from the time they wake up and the time they go to bed is you despise them. Okay. I'm just speaking these words. So if you watch me, man, don't feel like you have to or need to throw away your life by constantly being a tyrant to yourself and constantly doing things you don't enjoy doing because you think you have to fit into a shit show and to go along with a program. I'm going to make the grandest claim you've probably ever heard. If you get your mind right and you trust and believe in the thing that created this, and you truly believe and trust, things have a very, 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 very miraculous way of working out a lot better than you imagined. So that's just my advice. I mean, you could look at this from a different lens and say, well, you have to make yourself do things you don't want to do. Yes, you do. You do have to make yourself do things you don't want to do. So let's say you haven't worked out in 4 or 5 days and you know you need to work out, but you don't want to. Well, yeah, obviously. And let's say that you are, like, you have a confidence issue and you want to go start talking to people to build up your confidence, and you don't want to. Well, you should make yourself speak to people, because after you do it a few times, it goes away, the anxiety about it. So I do agree that you should force yourself to make it. I don't want to say you should push yourself to do things like that, but some of this other stuff in the name of self-improvement and spirituality is slavery. You are being a tyrant to yourself and a slave at the same time. It's so crazy. It's like you're the it's like you're the tyrant and the slave owner and the slave at the exact same time when you do that stuff. But don't take my word for it, verify it. Like, have a real honest dialogue with yourself and have a real honest self-reflection with yourself. And figure out who's your own worst enemy and who's causing your suffering. So, it's Game Informing, the Play of Life. I'm you talking to you. This is what we do. We create illusions. We have an experience. We tell stories. We snap out of it, wake up, and actually enjoy reality. It is a game of form in the play of life. Quite literally. It is a game of form in the play of life. I love you. Wake up.